Falling in Reverse frontman Ronnie Radke is calling out the band LA Guns for seemingly mocking him during a recent performance. This goes back to the laptop issue, where there is this fierce generational divide between older musicians and younger musicians who use technology in their performances and some that don't. But the reality is the overwhelming majority of all bands use technology in some form to make their shows happen. Does that mean that the bands are lip syncing? Does that mean that the bands are faking their performances? No, it does not. What this means is that these days, with the special effects, the video walls, and things that are available to bands, that has to be timed through a computer. That means that if you rap in a song and you have to have a beat playing over the background, timed to the music that real musicians are actually playing, that also has to be run through a computer. And yes, when you go to the beautiful Sphere in Las Vegas and you watch U2 perform, they are timing those visuals to the real music that they are actually playing. And in the event that the computer doesn't work, U2 probably is not going to be playing their show in the Sphere with no visuals around them. So unfortunately, last year, when Ronnie Radke and Falling in Reverse had to cancel a show, there were a lot of people comparing them to Milli Vanilli, meaning that they're faking their vocals or they're faking their guitar playing or faking their drumming. If you're not familiar with Falling in Reverse, I encourage you to look at the members of the band. Look at the individual playthrough videos they've uploaded. I would assure you that Falling in Reverse has one of the most talented drummers in the game. I would assure you that Ronnie Radke is actually a great singer, and you can see numerous examples of that online. His band across the board is great and very talented. But at the end of the day, this is something that really, at this point, is just sort of like an applause line for the crowd. The LA Guns vocalist was seemingly going for the cheap pop, as they say in pro wrestling. And he basically gets up on stage here and goes, "Hey, y'all, we lost our laptops. I guess we're going to have to play the show 100% live." And everyone's like, yeah. Because that's their target demographic. And a lot of those fans think that if you're using a laptop, you're lip syncing. But I really want you all to know, if you're watching this, it is truly more nuanced than that. And I want you to know that I don't support lip syncing. I don't support faking your performance. What I do support is using technology to put on a mind-blowing show, using those video walls, using all of that to make it happen. If you want to put some orchestral elements behind your music, I have no problem with that. If you have some harmonies behind your voice, I have no problem with that. At the end of the day, you don't see people walking away from shows. And by the way, it's a lot of shows that utilize this technology. The majority of them do, walking away from them saying they didn't have a good time. And so at the end of the day, is this about enjoyment for the fans? Is this about that? Or is this some sort of a competition for who the purest musicians are? If it is that, then we can just, we'll stop judging things by ticket sales and overall audience interest, and we'll just have 15 guys standing in a fucking crowd going, "Hey, he's playing it for real." At the end of the day, I think you've got to adapt to the times. And I don't support fake playing. I don't support people lip syncing. I do not support that. But if you're someone that's up there and you're using a hip hop beat while you're rapping and you go, "Hey, I can't play the show because I can't do an acoustic version of this rap," I think that's understandable. But anyways, look, that's my rant on this. I just feel really strongly because I think people misinterpret technology in the same way where artificial intelligence, there are a lot of drawbacks and a lot of legitimate reasons to be horrified by it. There are also a lot of good things associated with it as well. But look, y'all know I like to ramble about stuff, so let's just jump into it here and look at this. Look, you've got the singer of LA Guns up on stage. Nothing against him, I just don't really agree with this, but he is essentially going for that cheap pop. We're going to play the show 100% live. Here he is.
Bad news, unfortunately. Our digital feed and our laptop broke down at soundcheck this afternoon, so we're going to have to play the whole set completely 100% live. You're okay with that, right?
So there you have it. LA Guns, they are in that camp of, if you're using laptops, maybe they feel as though you're not a credible musician. And I respect everyone's views. I don't agree with that. So this is what Ronnie Radke had to say in response to this. He wrote, "LA Guns, who in the fuck is this dude to say anything about relying on laptops being used? when he relies on a fucking wig and a pound of makeup and dyed eyebrows to reassure he doesn't look 75 years old. Dude really thinks anyone other than the meth heads in that crowd agree. And he wasn't done there. He continued, LA Guns, my entire band literally destroys you in technicality, performance, and pitch. The only thing your geriatric asses are better at are filling up syringes and nodding off in Motel 6s on your dive bar tour. Please refrain from speaking on things you don't understand. You need your adult diapers changed. So Ronnie there firing back to some shade being thrown there by the LA Guns. And this is what he does. This is how he engages with people. Some people let things slide. Some people are on offense at all times. And Ronnie is a person who's on offense at all times. Whether or not you agree with that path forward or the choices, you can't argue with the results that he's getting. He's getting a lot of people showing up to his shows. He's selling out arenas, and they are becoming a very big band in rock, and it reflects in all metrics, not just ticket sales. The Spotify numbers are going up. The social media numbers are going up. And there's just a lot happening with Falling in Reverse. And I think Ronnie said something a week or so ago that I thought was interesting. He said, it's time for bands to be themselves and say how they really feel, not what they think is going to keep them safe and sell merch and tickets. The age of raw, true individualism is on the horizon. Just wait. PC culture is the most toxic culture of all. Comedians can't be funny, musicians too afraid to be honest, politicians pandering for votes to weak-minded sheep that follow the narrative. The new establishment is wokeism, and people that get their feelings hurt over anything that doesn't align with their mental illness. I don't care if I disagree with you. I can still be your friend. The issue is if they disagree with you, they want to try to ruin your life and control a false narrative. We aren't afraid of you. Ultimately, at the end of the day, the fans are going to decide who they want to buy tickets for and who they want to go see live, and that all shakes itself out. You don't have to worry about whether or not, you need to punish someone. The fans decide. The fans pay with their money, and they vote with their dollars on who their favorite artists are. So that's your latest update here from Rockfeed, folks. Be sure to subscribe for the latest news and updates about your favorite bands right here at Rockfeed. I appreciate you all so much for continuing to tune in, and I'll see you very soon.